What if the phone you buy depends not just on the price or the model, but on where you live? That's exactly the debate heating up again with Samsung's next big launch, the Galaxy S26 series. And yes, it's the same old battle that fans thought was over, Exynos versus Snapdragon. Let me explain. Samsung is expected to unveil the Galaxy S26 lineup in just a few months. Normally, leaks about design or cameras take the spotlight, but this time it's the processor, the brain of the phone, that's stealing all the attention. And according to fresh reports, Samsung may be bringing back a controversial move, splitting its flagship phones by region. So here's the story. Evidence has surfaced that the base model, which might actually be called the Galaxy S26 Pro instead of the regular vanilla version, could ship with Samsung's own Exynos 2600 chip in most countries. Meanwhile, in markets like the US and China, that same phone might run on Qualcomm's latest powerhouse, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. If this sounds familiar, that's because Samsung has done it before. In fact, for years the company sold its Galaxy S flagships with different chips depending on where you lived. Buyers in the US and a few select regions got Snapdragon, while many others were left with Exynos. And the problem? Snapdragon models almost always outperformed Exynos ones, faster, more efficient, better at handling heat, and sometimes better with graphics. Yet, everyone paid the same price. You can imagine why fans weren't happy. Now, here's where things get interesting. Reports suggest the Exynos 2600 might not be the underdog this time. Built on Samsung's new 2nm process, it reportedly features a 10-core CPU using ARM's latest C1 series cores. Paired with this Glyp's 950 GPU, early whispers even claim could outpace Apple's A19 Pro chip found in the iPhone 17 series. Some even hint it might stand toe-to-toe with Snapdragon's 8 Elite Gen 5, though that part is still unconfirmed. If true, that changes everything. Imagine Samsung flipping the narrative, the same Exynos that used to be criticized for weaker performance now possibly leading the pack. That would explain why Samsung feels confident enough to push it into more regions instead of keeping Snapdragon everywhere, but fans remain divided. On one side, there's cautious optimism. Maybe this time Samsung really nailed it. Maybe the Exynos 2600 will finally deliver not just in benchmarks, but in real-world usage, gaming, multitasking, photography, and battery efficiency. On the other side, there's skepticism. Many still remember heating issues, battery drains, and performance drops from earlier Exynos chips. For them, the thought of paying the same money as someone in the US but not getting Snapdragon feels unfair, and the confusion doesn't end there. Reports also mentioned that Samsung could introduce a Galaxy S26 Edge. In addition to the S26 Pro and the mighty S26 Ultra, whether that means Samsung is replacing the Plus model or adding a fourth option remains unclear. What we do know is that the Ultra will likely remain the most powerful of the bunch, Snapdragon or not. So, where does that leave us? On one hand, Samsung has a real chance to prove its chip division can compete at the very top. On the other, it risks frustrating loyal buyers if the regional split once again means inconsistency in performance. So, would you trust Samsung's Exynos 2600 this time? Or would you stick with Qualcomm's Snapdragon? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel for more updates on the Galaxy S26 series.